Welcome back to the Forever Game Podcast. Here is Jamie, the talent, and Tyler, the worker.
The voice.
The voice. And today we're going to do a quick session. We had this idea that we wanted to...
experiment with.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you describe it? What are we going to do?
I don't know what we're calling it, but the idea is basically we brainstormed a wide variety, like close to 50 different businesses or industries that we wanted to come up with cool ideas to make content for. Mm-hmm. So basically, but we want it to be a surprise.
Even to us.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're going to do a little random number generator, and then whatever number it lands on, we'll come up with ideas for, basically we'll identify the target market, do the platforms that we think they should be on social media, and then talk about content.
Right.
Does that sound okay?
Sure. You're the planner.
Did that make sense?
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, the plan was to have this cool spinny wheelie thing, and I downloaded that, but then I got the new iPhone 11 Pro Max and sent in my old phone.
Do you need to talk about that for like
I
1 minute?
I do.
I figured.
It's the biggest one.
Because a lot of people don't know what they're missing out on.
It's the wide angle lens is amazing. I posted a photo for one of our clients, like the first client photo that I took with it, and it's doing the best of any of their posts recently.
Yeah. Well, and he's been walking around showing everybody the picture since he took it.
Mm-hmm. I've said this out loud before, but I derive my self-worth based on other people envying the possessions that I own. So
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, well, welcome to America.
Okay.
So anyway, I own it. That's me.
So we're using your phone now as a video.
Yep, that camera
recording.
A is the phone. And the reason we do that is because it can basically record forever, especially with 512 gigabytes. And then we have, I'm going to say the one that's focused on me is camera B.
Yeah.
And then you're C over there.
Oh, you're putting me lower on the list.
Yeah, C.
Okay.
C's are fine. So, okay. We made a list of 40 different industries. They're all on a spreadsheet. They all have a number. Now we're going to do a random number generator because I lost my little spinny wheel thing that we'll have next time. And we're going to just roll from there.
Okay.
So why don't you hit your little button thingy?
Okay. It's kind of anticlimactic, but it'll be cooler next time. Okay. I did it. I pushed the button.
You pushed the button. Now I'll look at the list.
Count it out.
Restaurant. That is interesting. Okay. Yeah.
That relates to where we're sitting right now.
Yeah. I had class this morning at the Oaks. My students met here at the Oaks. And so we just kind of took this space to do our little thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. So restaurant. And we're going to be very specific to where we are, in my opinion, which is like outstate Minnesota.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So if I'm a restaurant, what's my target market would you define? This restaurant is really tough. If we're talking fast food, versus high end, and actually I don't know if it's all that different. Facebook's my number one, I think, for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Higher margin people, bigger cross section.
It will depend on the restaurant, though.
It could.
More specific on the type of restaurant?
Sure. Are we selling burritos? Because then we can be on Instagram.
Yeah. But what if we're selling like a nice place to go have dinner?
Yeah. You think that changes?
Burritos.
For real.
Maybe not. Okay. We've decided target market.
I'm going to say if it's a nicer restaurant, I would say your target market's probably top 25% income and 38 to 65.
Yep. And we already said that we're finding them most likely on Facebook first.
I think so for that demographic, don't you think? Mm-hmm. You could run ads against the top 25% if you wanted to.
Yeah. And this place is not specific to males or females.
No, I don't think so.
Age. We're going age.
I know based on our eating behavior, for my wife and I don't care where we go. Like the wife decides for us.
That's a good point. I feel like that's pretty common. I decide.
Yeah. Yep. Where it's
in my relationship.
It's one of those things where I just say, where do you want to go eat? And Well, she always asks me first, well, where should we go? I'll let you decide. I'm like, no, I don't care. I know I can eat something that I'll like at any place we go.
Can and will eat everything.
Yep. I don't even have to look at menus.
Prefers
typically.
a gluten-free option, though.
If it's convenient, yes, I will take that.
We're getting off subject.
Okay. Anyway, appropriate platforms. For me, if we had to make a top 5 list, if we're going to order a top 5, then it's Facebook number 1.
Yep. Instagram.
Instagram number
second.
2. I think LinkedIn's number 3 for this demographic.
Sure.
If you're looking at higher income individuals, I think that would be an okay one to do, especially now when it's like, I've never seen a restaurant market on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Ever, which is why I think you should do it.
What would you do with Twitter? Would you even get that involved?
Wouldn't do Twitter.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like it. I know you're on
totally
it more than me.
Well, it's industry specific. Like
Yeah.
if you flip it into,
Education's super on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Politics, sure, if you want to go for that.
Okay, so we got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yep. That's probably good. I think the rest are all the same, don't you?
Yeah. I can't really think of it.
You're not going to be rocking TikTok videos for the Oaks.
Snapchat? No. Okay, we got our 3.
Okay, good.
Now the fun part.
The content ideas. So let's start with video.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to see the food.
100%.
So the process of making food.
Mm-hmm.
Because restaurants have typically a bigger menu. I mean, you honestly have at least 50 different recipes that you're creating, pumping out of a restaurant.
So I know, based on, we talked to Dave Baker, the owner of the Oaks, and he said the photos they take and that they put on the menu, the actual photographed items that show up on a menu always sell more. So restaurants are strategic and they take pictures of their higher margin things.
Yeah.
And I think you can leverage that same idea across social media. And I think it would be really cool depending on who you have working in the kitchen, because kitchen staff don't get a lot of love.
No, and they deserve a lot more than
they
get.
do.
Based on somebody that we used to both be servers, and the kitchen, they just always need love.
I think you could shine a spotlight in the kitchen. Kitchen's got to be picked up, organized, neat, but you could show like real quick those videos that do awesome that I even watch and I don't even eat the stuff are like, here's how you quickly make this thing. Yeah, straight above. Hey, today we're going to make our favorite item, the Oaks burger. Here we go.
Yeah.
We talk about quick, fast. All right, we're serving it up. And you got some cool little video of it. Do that. I would start that with your higher margin items and roll from there, don't you think?
Yes. Another low-hanging fruit is like typically there's specials going on.
Yep.
So really nice photography of the week's special.
Yeah, definitely. Describing it, talking about it, sending it out there, especially if we talk about frequency or when to send it out. Send it. I feel like we make our decision of where we're going out to eat like between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Before we go.
The same day.
Yep.
Same day decision.
Mm-hmm.
So you're heavier in volume on
that or Wednesday night, Thursday nights.
Evening hours, though?
The night before, like getting in people's brains the night before when they're laying next to their spouse, ignoring them.
We got to do date night.
Yeah, right. The one thing I think we're missing that's a big revenue generator that no one is doing is cocktails. And doing video on your cocktails, the featured cocktails that you have, high margin.
I love that.
The bartender's typically someone that can BS with the best of them anyway.
Yeah.
And as the restaurant owner, put your employees right up front. Turn them into superstars based on what they do, and people will come in for them.
Yeah. You want to show, like, even on the cocktail side, that's an easy way to show somebody, like, holding up the whatever it might be that they just crafted. You've got, like, the recipe, the ingredients, and then you've got a face that they can recognize once they get to the establishment or whatever. They'll
walk in, oh, yeah, I saw that thing. I want to try that one. Right. So that'd be a cool way to push things.
We should have cocktails right now. Is what?
Let's wait.
That's where my
it's
mind
technically still in the AM. She's young. Okay.
Okay, back to it.
Anything with audio that you can think of? So the 3 areas we're looking at are like video, audio, written word, and pictures would be the fourth one. So like photographs. I think photographs are a duh. Most restaurants do it anyway. Take pictures of.
But they do it. But typically the ones that I've seen done are like. The ones more in this area just could be like elevated.
Yeah, they could.
Quite a bit.
And especially with all the phones your employees have, they could take some cool photos. Have a little like contest. Whoever takes the best photo within our employees of this item when they serve it or whatever, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Win something.
It would be interesting to get some customer engagement, like some
Yeah.
voting on like new menu items.
That's a good idea for video and audio. You could
Yes.
take a couple of your best customers and be like, will you come in and try which one of these
Yeah,
you like and why?
taste testing.
Yep. Video taste testing. Great idea.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That just came to my
And
into my head.
and same with the cocktails. I would do the same thing for the cocktails.
And I will
Yeah,
volunteer.
if you need that, I'll take
We're here.
we'll take the food. She can take the cocktails. Okay. In written word, what do you think? Like a blog for a restaurant, anything like that?
I don't know.
It's such a visual thing.
Yeah. The only way I could see like something fun written happening is like if you've got a lot of staff that you could show their pictures of in a cool way that also could highlight some unique components about them. Like she's, this is Jennifer, she's been working here for 10 years or been a
yeah.
server here for 10 years.
Right.
But like, Jennifer, what's your favorite? It's kind of like a more Q&A style.
Yeah.
In written form. That could work quicker.
Right.
But that could perform well.
And the other thing I would say for a written word, if you're doing writing often, would be like from the owner, saying like doing something once a month, like you know, talking about if you're in a tight knit community, which most outstate, Minnesota like one-off restaurants are. You have a solid base, and writing to them about how it's going and thank you and da 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 da. That might get a little old. I'm not sure, but
that could be worth a shot, though. I always appreciate hearing from the
the
business
owner.
owner
Yeah.
in whatever way that is possible or whatever way they feel comfortable. That was the one thing we haven't really mentioned is like we have these content categories or ways to create content, but like prioritize what you feel most comfortable doing first.
Right.
Like if you're not comfortable on video, of course you want to do it, but you can switch to doing photos, an easier way into something.
And ask your employees to do it if you don't want to.
Yeah.
I guarantee you have a few servers that take 150 selfies a day.
They probably
minimum.
have like 5,000 Instagram followers.
Yeah,
too.
you need to start leveraging that and
Yes.
giving them deals, gift cards when they post about their
Mm-hmm.
work or they post about their new favorite meal item. Be a super easy way to get lower in your age demographic if you wanted to kind of get out ahead of it.
Yeah.
Anything with audio, like podcast for a restaurant owner? I don't know.
Can't say I've listened to a podcast that's been from a restaurant owner, but
There are a ton of
I'm not
food
sure.
podcasts, though. Like people talking about food. I don't know. If you're the podcast owner or the restaurant owner that's super into food and maybe like you're really into food and traveling and eating different places, you don't have to just feature your own restaurant. You can be the owner of this restaurant who also has a podcast and
yeah.
tours
Now
around trying
that's what I-
food. Yeah.
now I'm following that. Like
Like-
it would be cool to see where you get the inspiration for your restaurant from.
Yeah.
Like the various places.
Right.
You're a big, obviously they're a foodie.
Yeah.
I like that term.
Cool. Anything else?
Not off the top of my head. I don't think so.
I'm cueing the outro music.
Okay.
All right, so that was our first like brainstorm little thing for
Brainstorm vomit.
brain vomit.
Brain vomit?
Brain vomit. And this time it was a restaurant. So stay tuned. We're going to do another one. We're definitely not going to record it right after this one.
For sure not.
Okay.